मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति शपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गंगरदेवाचालं पंगुं लंकायते गिरिं यत्कृपातुं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन्दनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् हरे कृष्णा. So the Kulingram devotees asked Lord Chaitanya, you know, how can I recognize a Vaishnava? What are his symptoms? Very interesting, you know. So the same thing is quoted by Prabhupada in Nectar of Instruction. So Lord Chaitanya said, Prabhu kahi यारमुखी सुनिए कबार कृष्ण नाम से पूज्य श्रेष्ठ सब कर. Anybody chants? Actually, no, it does. I really have to think a lot, 100 times after reading this. If anyone has chanted one time Krishna, he is worshipful and is the topmost human beings. I was thinking of this. Wow, what should be my behavior towards the devotees who have been chanting? Now, 1 round, 2 rounds, 4, 10 rounds, 5 rounds, initiated. What should be my behavior of the devotees? You know? Um, so, even if he is what is that, a beginner, he has chanted one time. Lord Chaitanya is telling he is worshipable and he is the topmost human being. Honestly speaking, I have to really mend my ways. If not this lifetime, one lifetime, I hope I can mend my ways. Because if what Lord Chaitanya is telling, whoever chants the holy name of Krishna once, he is worshipable and and he's a topmost human being. Hare Krishna. Then how do I deal with the devotee who is chanting 1 round? How do I deal with the devotee who is doing service in the temple? How do I deal with the devotee who is initiated? How do I deal with the devotee who is Brahman initiated? How do I deal with the devotee who is on a very advanced stage? How do I deal with the devotee who is much higher than that? Hare Krishna. So, you know, that's why Chaitanya Charitamrita is really next actually. एक कृष्ण नाम करे सर्व पाप क्षय नवविध भक्ति पूर्ण नाम होते होया. So anybody chants the holy name offenseless, there's a word offenselessly. If somebody chants the holy name offenselessly, but of course offenselessly, so everyone should be aware of 10 offenses. Everyone should be aware of 10 offenses, and everyone should be aware of uh, everyone should have an idea how to avoid them, right? So, but of course, at the same time, we should not excuse ourselves. This Prabhu or Mataji is not chanting Sudhanam, right? This Prabhu or Mataji is not chanting Sudhanam. We should not. So we can offend or we can deal whatever we can deal. No, that is wrong. Very important. That is their problem. They're trying, right? So, person who is trying has chanted the pure name once. He has a what is that? He has attained the perfection of this 9 process of bhakti. Wow. दीक्षा पुरस्चर्य विधि अपेक्षा न करें जिह्वा स्पर से अचंडल सबर उद्धारे. Even a chandala who has chanted the holy name, A Chandala who chant the holy name, he doesn't need initiation. Of course, pure name. And it's not easy to chant the pure name, right? Hare Krishna mantra chanting offenselessly. So the question is, do we know 10 offenses? Do we know the power of chanting Hare Krishna purely? Or do we know the power of chanting Hare Krishna? Trying to chant the Hare Krishna mantra uh, offenselessly. One time I actually asked Vaisesha Prabhu in Vrindavan, go opposite Govardhan. I would go there every year and stay there, and he would come and he said, Suddhanam is not a technique. Suddhanam is a state of consciousness. Then asked him, Prabhuji, then I tell so many techniques while chanting the holy name. So then it is useless. When chanting the holy name is pure chanting the pure name, or chanting offenseless holy name is a state of consciousness. He said no. When you are adopting techniques means it means you're sincere. Chanting, trying to follow different techniques to control your mind. It means you're sincere. That works. But you cannot depend always on techniques. You cannot depend on techniques always. But this will help you. But if you think you can chant the holy name on techniques, you need more time because you need Krishna's mercy. Wow. Krishna's mercy comes only when Krishna finds you sincere. One day, one devotee asked His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj, Maharaj, when we hear about Gopis Bhakti to Krishna, it is actually very depressing because we can never attain that stage. His Holiness Radhana Swami said, yes. We can never attain that stage because Krishna has bestowed the mercy on Gopis, seeing their sincerity. That should not depress us, but it should encourage us because we know that the level is there. We know there is a level. That is the bar. But that only by pleasing Krishna we can attain it. Chanting, Anusanga palle kare samsare rakshaya. Kita akarshiya karaya Krishna premodaya. What is the chanting of the holy name? One dissolves his entanglements with the material activities and is becoming the power of the Hare Krishna mantra is you become attracted to Krishna. You become attracted to Krishna, and the love for Krishna is awakened. That is the power of the holy name. Anyway, then we may be worried. I can never chant offenselessly because the 10th offense is very difficult, right? But I have a good news. What is that? What is that good news? Good news is Namabhasa. Namaprad means you're chanting and doing wrong things, offenses. It doesn't take us anywhere. But first initial devotee, second initial devotee, Brahmin initial devotee, they're sincere, sincerely trying to follow Guru and Krishna's teachings, Guru's teachings. And they're trying their best to offense, they're trying their best to avoid these 10 offenses. But it is not easy, right? Kali Yuga Prabhupada said it is not easy. So it is called Nama Bhasa, reflection of the holy name. But Nama Bhas gives everything up to liberation. It can give you everything up to liberation. It can give you liberation also, as long as you're sincere. Namava stage. But one thing it doesn't give, what is that? Krishna Prema. But Krishna Prema, you have to chant purely. Krishna Prema, you have to chant one mantra offenselessly. Means we need to attain that consciousness at least for one mantra time. Then we'll attain the perfection. We'll attain the love of God. So Padmavali Rupa Goswami has he has written this verse. आकृष्टीकृत चेतसां सुमनसां उच्चाटनं चामहसाम् आकृष्टीकृत चेतसां सुमनसां उच्चाटनं चामहसाम्. And holy name is attracted to saintly persons. Holy name is attracted to liberal persons, and it annihilates the sinful reactions. For your kind information, Ajamil never took any. Ajamil has never taken any course on holy name. Ajamil doesn't know the power of the holy name, and Ajamil till last day was actually doing sinful reactions. But Prabhuji and Mataji's Ajamil was a Ajamil was liberated by calling his son, whose name happens to be Narayan. This is very promising and inspiring. Haribol. Right? Achandalam Amkaloka Sulabo Vasyascha Mukti Shriya. Except for the dumb who cannot chant it, it is readily available to all, in even chandalas. Then you will say, why it is not available to dumb? It is available to dumb also. Why? You can chant in the mind. You know? No diksham nacha satkriyam nacha puraschariyam manasag manasagikshati. So you don't need what is that? It is sufficient. Hare Krishna mantra is sufficient. You don't need initiation also. Wow, interesting. And you don't need pious activities. You don't need to are the regulative principles observed before any before chanting the holy name. Straight holy name. What is our example? Ajamil. Wow. Right? Mantroyam rasana sprageva falati Sri Krishna nama atmaka. You know, one who chants Krishna's name with his tongue, all these effects will come. It'll cleanse your heart, it'll remove your sinful reactions, and it'll give you, it'll put you on the platform of prema, it'll attract Krishna, it'll attract Krishna's mercy. Haribol. You know? So, this is what Lord Chaitanya talked to the devotees of Shrikanda. Shrikanda, he shared this. Kulinagram. Then he talked to Shrikanda, devotees of Shrikanda. Then last week I told the story of Mukunda Raghunandan and Narahari Sarkar. Lord Chaitanya gave three instructions to Mukunda. Mukunda, you're a married man. You take good care of her. You earn material and spiritual wealth. So you need money to maintain your family, earn material wealth. But if you are only focused on that, one day you will die, and again it will push you in the cycle of birth and death. That's not good. Earn a spiritual wealth, it will come with you. Mukunda, I told the story, Mukunda became a doctor, right? And how? Raghunandan, pure devotee. He gave birth to his son, Raghunandan. Raghunandan became a guru actually later. Raghunandan actually, he be a spiritual master in the later generation. Narottam Das Thakur, Shyamananda, what is that? Srinivasacharya, Veerachandra, then Raghunandan, they're all contemporaries. You know? No, how they're contemporaries? Because Narottam Das Thakur time, Raghunandan sang first. But Raghunandan must be much, much older actually. Yeah, that's true. Raghunandan was a child. Raghunandan was only a child, that's true. So Narahar Sarkar, Lord Chaitanya said, Narahar Sarkar, you don't have any desires. Take sannyas. Travel and preach. You stay with us in Jagannath Puri. And Raghunandan, boy, but at the age of 5, you have such a, bhakti, you do deity worship. These three things appear different, but they're perfect. Lord Chaitanya as a doctor, you know, seeing their nature, Lord Chaitanya has bestowed these. Lord Chaitanya has given these different services. And last week I told Lord Chaitanya told Sarvam Bhattacharya, take care of Jagannath. In the Kali Yuga, Krishna comes in two forms, wood and water. Hare Krishna. What is that? So Jagannath is carved, Daru Brahman, Jagannath. You worship Jagannath Swami, and his brother Vachaspati said, you worship Ganga. Because Vidya Vachaspati lives in Navadvip. And Lord Chaitanya glorified Murari Gupta, I told last week, right? We discussed this last week. Murari Gupta, he could not give up the worship of Lord Ram. Lord Chaitanya said, that's fine. You continue worshipping, though Krishna worship is highest, but you continue worshipping Lord Ram. And so, what is the beauty? You can be Ram devotee and you worship Lord Chaitanya, you'll go back to Godhead. You can be Krishna devotee, you worship Lord Chaitanya, you can go back to Godhead. Perfect, right? So, what is that? And Murari Gupta, then Vasudeva Datta. Wow, what are devotees? If you just by understanding the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, they're eternally Nitya Siddha devotees. If you understand this, we make a lot of progress. करीते स्म करीते समर्थ तुम्ही हो तुम्ही हो दयमय तुम्ही मन करत अबे अनायासे हया. My Lord Vasudeva Datta, he folded his hand. Who is Vasudeva Datta? Mukunda Datta's brother. Mukunda Datta was a classmate of Lord Chaitanya. He sings, when Mukunda would sing, stones would melt. Mukunda Datta is different from Mukunda Sarkar. Mukunda Sarkar is brother of Nanar Sarkar and the father of Raghunandan, right? But this is Mukunda Datta, brother of Vasudeva Datta. जीवेर दुख देखी मोरा हृदय बिदरे सर्वजी मेरे पापा प्रभु देह मोर सिरे जीवेरे पापला नमोनि करो नरक भोगा सकल जीवेरा प्रभु गुचाहा भवरोगा. Actually, what is that? When I see these living entities being allured by Maya and they enjoy this much happiness and this much suffering, this much happiness, this much suffering. I want iPad, iPod, I. There is no end to this I. And my Lord, because of the power of Maya, they're stuck in the cycle of birth and death, and there isn't. My heart pains. And this one person, like Kunti asked, what no one has ever asked. Vasudeva Datta asked. Actually, Bhaktivedanta Swami loved Vasudeva Datta. He tried his best to leave his body on Vasudeva Datta. I think disappearance or appearance, I don't remember, but he did that. What is Vasudeva Datta? Old Jesus Christ is so famous. Why? Because he asked for the deliverance of Jews. Vasudeva Datta did not ask for the deliverance of only Bengalis because he was a Bengali. He didn't ask for the deliverance of Indians because he was Indian. He didn't even ask for the deliverance of Asians because he was Asian. He didn't ask for the deliverance of residents of Earth because he was earthly resident. He asked for the deliverance of the entire universe. My Lord, please give me the sinful reactions of all the residents of this universe to me. How many it will be? Trillions, quadrillions, zillions. I will go to hell eternally, but please send them back to spiritual world. Golok Vrindavan, where my brothers and sisters enjoy happily with you thereafter. And that is my happiness. I'll suffer in hell. Wow. People worship Krishna, Rama to avoid hell. But devotees, gopis want to go to hell just to get to give relief to Krishna's headache. And Vasudeva Datta wants to go to hell eternally. Two, hell eternally so that all his God brothers and all his brothers and sisters of this universe, they can enjoy happily in Krishna's company. Do we see anywhere else like this? There is one more, of course. Ramanacharya also did the same thing, but not to this extent. Only Vasudeva Datta. He asked for the deliverance of the entire universe, claiming their sinful reactions. Lord Chaitanya shivered. Yes, Vasudha Datta, this type of compassion is not uncommon to you because you are the incarnation of Prahlad. And let us see what Lord Chaitanya says. You know, Krishna says, Satya kare yehi mage vritya, vrityavancha purti vinu nahi anya kritya. Why Krishna is there? Krishna is there only to fulfill pure devotees' desires. Krishna is there to fulfill only pure devotees' desires. And that's true. All these devotees, they suffer from this. Yastvindra Gautama Atmendra Hoswa Karma Bandaro Falabhajana Matanoti Karmani Nirdhati Kintucha Bhakti Vajam Govindamadi Purushottamam Bhajami. Krishna is the one who can burn. You know, you know. Krishna is the one who regulates the sufferings of Indra to Indragop insect. And he alone can destroy the sinful reactions. You know, he alone can destroy the sinful reactions. So I am very pleased with you, Vasudev Datta. I am Lord Chaitanya said, I am Vasudev Datta man. That's why anybody who goes for book distribution, prasadam distribution, Harinam, who tries to give Krishna to others, they go to the front pages of Krishna. Prabhupada said, why Guru is very dear to Krishna? Because Guru goes door to door, canvassing for Krishna. If you listen to Prabhupada lecture, Krishna name comes 100 times in that lecture. Amazing. So Amalkrishna Maharaj asked Prabhupada, who is a guru? Prabhupada said, who is most addicted to Krishna. You know? So Lord Chaitanya said, this universe is huge. There are material world. Material world is huge. Our universe is only a mustard seed in a bag of mustard seeds. What loss is there if one universe is removed from the living entities from one universe are removed? Because three times Tripad Vibhuti, spiritual world is three times. So Lord Chaitanya said, you don't need to go to hell eternally. Just by your desire, Krishna will deliver. And it said Lord Chaitanya delivered all the people of this universe. Lord Chaitanya said on the last day, Lord Ramchandra, when he was going back to spiritual world, Ayodhya, what he did, he took all the people, residents of this planet. So likewise, Lord Chaitanya took everyone to spiritual world, Kolakurundavan, not just planet, the whole universe. But I know, like it is said, Krishnadas Garaj Goswami says, but there are so many conditioned living entities they want to enjoy. And he refilled this universe with that conditioned living entities. Hare Krishna. So that should be the desire of one. We should have that type of noble desires. Like Vasudeva, that of course we need qualification also, you know. So so what he did, he described all the qualities, of all the devotees, and devotees made farewell. They offered their farewell to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya was so sad. Devotees were so sad. Krishna says, I don't know anything but my devotees. Devotees say, I don't know anything but my Krishna. Wow. That Krishna is glorious, the devotees are glorious. Bhakti is the only thing. What will come with us? Who will come with us? What is a family? What is a name and fame? What is prestige? What is a family? Naikatra Priyasamasa Surda Chittakaramanan Ogena Yukshamanam Plavanam Srutasoyata. One wave will come, bring all the stress and grass together. Horrible new relationships. How long? Another wave will come, it'll hit very hard. They are shattered, never to meet again. That is a family. Whether a devotee or non-devotee. Of course, devotee relationships, you are pure devotees, you are sincere devotees. You'll continue in spiritual world also. You know. And now, but Gadadhar Pandit said, no, I will not go. I will stay here. Then what Lord Chaitanya did? He arranged his residence in Ameshwar Gardens, Thota, Gopinath. You know. And that's where Gopinath deity is there, right? And now all the devotees left. Sarvam Bhattacharya said, "My Lord, please come to my home." Very interesting. I request everyone to please hear La Mogha pastime. One of the crest jewel pastimes, very important for a sadhaka to listen, sadhakas to listen. Said Sarvam Bhattacharya said, "My Lord, please come. In a month, 25 days. Lord Chaitanya said, "What are you talking? I'm a sannyasi." No, no, or please come for 20 days in a month. Or at least 15 days. Every 2 days, alternate days come. Finally, Lord Chaitanya agreed for 5 days a month. And Lord Chaitanya has a 10 sannyasis. Can you imagine the service attitude of Sarvam Bhattacharya? Sarvam Bhattacharya is actually, Sarvam Bhattacharya was a guru. I mean, Astan Vidwan, Pandit for in the court of, you know, Maharaj Prataprudra. And he would even, Maharaj Prataprudra was actually, what is that? You know, he's guru, but he's also, Kashi Misra was also guru for Maharaj Prataprudra. I don't know who is Siksha Guru and who is Diksha Guru, but I don't know. But in his court, he was a Pandit. What is that? He's like a Raj Purohit for Maharaj Prataprudra. So anyway, what is that? Um, so you can come anytime. The 10 sannyasis, there are 10 sannyasis would stay with Lord Chaitanya. Ishwara, sorry, who's that? Paramanandapuri, Brahmananda Bharati, Vishnupuri. Uh, what is that? Keshavpuri, Sukhanandapuri, Satyananda Bharati, Krishnanandapuri, and of course Swarupadhara Goswami. They would all stay with him. So what Lord said that day, what he did? They Swarupadhara Goswami comes with them once in a while anyway to my home. So Sarvam Bhattacharya happiness is only serving devotees prasad. How many of you have invited devotees to prasad? You know, how many of you discussed Krishna with them while honoring prasad? You know, if we don't read and discuss, actually, what is that? Our Varsana Maharaj, you know, Shankarandra would invite him every day. Shankarandra would invite me regularly, actually. And Varsana Maharaj would ask, "What is the news from the spiritual world?" Very nice question, right? Means what? What is the news from Bhagavatam? What did you read from Bhagavatam? Good way of asking. What is a good way of asking? What did you read from Bhagavatam? What is the news from the spiritual world? That's it. What should be your happiness? They were eating prasad together and discussing Krishna. Govinda Nama Sankirtanam. Chant the holy name Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chant Krishna's name. And eat prasad. You know, eat rabdi, gulab jamun, sandesh. That is sweet. Krishna's name is sweet. And life is sweet. Haribo. Right? So, what is that? Um, so Sarvam Bhattacharya made two rooms. One room for his Saligram Sala, another room, you know, where Lord Chaitanya can take prasad. This room has direct connection to the kitchen. The wife Sathira Mata, she was actually ardent lover of Lord Chaitanya, like a mother. So Lord Chaitanya and Sarvam Bhattacharya invited, you know. I don't know how many of you been to Sarvam Bhattacharya's home in Puri. Lord Chaitanya revealed his, in his home actually that two-hand form. He also revealed four-hand form. And Lord Chaitanya Shadbhuj form, 600 form too. Of course, he did it on a lake. Devotees, visitors go there to see that, that lake. So anyway, so then what happened? Uh, actually, I want to read, You know, he made the Sathiramatha made it 10 kinds of spinach. Lord Chaitanya liked spinach, shark, and sukta soup. What is sukta? Kerala soup. But soup, this soup is made from the neem leaves, bitter. And they made also preparations made up of black pepper. You know, mild cake made up of a fried curd, buttermilk with fried pieces of dal, dugda tumbi, dugda kusumanda, vesamara, lapra, mochaganta, mochabaja, vruddha kusumanda body, full body, fruits, roots, eggplant with neem leaves, light body, fried patola, fried rounds of squash and pumpkin, a soup of fried urad dal, moong dal, sweet chutney. So sour preparations like badamla, badas, badas made of moong dal, urad dal, and sweet bananas, cakes of sweet rice, coconut and the others, kanji bada, dugda chira, dugda, laklaki, sweet rice, ghee mixed with champakala, condensed milk, mango, churned curd, sandesh, all the edibles and Orissa and Bengal are prepared. Wow, so many preparations. Actually, Prabhupada writes Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is not only good cook, but he's also good server. They made everything, and what happened? They put rice, 3 manas of rice, and they poured ghee, yellow ghee. People were very healthy because there were no chemicals. Everything is very pure that would nourish the body. So invited Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya said, "Wow, very happy." So I think Krishna has eaten it. So Prabhupada writes, Guru should be very happy when food is offered to Krishna. And I think you have made nice thing. These things you have made nice offering to Krishna. I said, no, Sarvabhaumacharya said, this offering is already made. This is for you. No, I cannot eat that. Just give me a few vegetables. Lord Chaitanya is sannyasi, right? He's performing the role of sannyasi. He said, no, no. Who made it? He said, the person who is going to eat it as has inspired us to make it. Okay. He said, I cannot eat that much. No. Every day Jagannath Puri, Chappan Bhog. 52, what is that? 52 items. Sorry, 52 times. Chappan Bhog, hundreds of items. Eat. And Krishna in Vrindavan, Nanda Maharaj has what is that? Nanda Maharaj's brothers, Krishna would go in there and eat in their home 2 times. You know, what is that? What are the Nanda Maharaj's brothers' names? You know, Nanda, Sunanda, Nandan. Upananda, Nanda, Sunanda, Nandan. 4 brothers. And Krishna would go to their with Balram, he would go to their home, and what he would do? He would eat twice a day in all these different homes. And he would go to his uncle's homes, you know, and he would eat. There also he would eat. Then Krishna would go. What else? So Krishna would very intense, prasad honoring for Krishna actually. So Jagannath means what? Jagannath washes hands and eats. Imagine 24 hours, 52 times. Every 20 minutes Krishna eats and Jagannath Swami eats. Before he had rice again, he eats like that. So uh, and when Krishna was married, 16,000 queens. You would eat in 16,000 palaces. Hare Krishna. You know. And Govardhan, wow, Govardhan festival, you have tons and tons and tons of rice. But you'd eat in 1 minute, aniya. Please eat. You know. So then what happened? Lord Chaitanya smiled, all right. He sat to eat, and they put a banana leaf, and he put I told right all the rice with the ghee, and this cow pots filled with rice, I mean filled with vegetables, different preparations, everything in front. And Sarva Bhattacharya had a son-in-law by name Amogha. Amogha from a very traditional Brahmin family, but still he had envy. So Sarva Bhattacharya made sure nobody would come. But suddenly what happened when he went to bring food, Amogha came in. When he came in and he saw Lord Chaitanya eating, I request everyone please hear. This much food, 12 to 13, 14 people can eat. You're eating alone? Sannyasi? This much food? Wow. Correct. Can you imagine what is this world? Envy. What is this world? Envy. This world is symbolized by envy towards Krishna. Hare Krishna. Saurabh came, when he heard this, you know, he became so angry. You know, he became so angry, and uh, and what he did, he picked up a stick, started chasing Amoga. But Amoga being angry, he ran away. And he said, I pray that my daughter become a widow now. Means he is praying for the death of his son-in-law. Because we should not, when somebody offends a Vaishnava, want to speak of Lord Chaitanya, Krishna himself. Either he should defeat him, you know, or end his life, or we should end our life. But Sarvabhattacharya cannot do all these things because his wife's family is entire, the bodies of entire family. They get dedicated to Lord Chaitanya. And Amoga ran away. And Sadhana mother started smashing her chest. I pray that my daughter becomes a widow now. I pray that my daughter becomes a widow now. Lord Chaitanya started laughing and he said, eat. And said, no, no, don't worry. He has not spoken anything wrong. He's right. So Sarvabhattacharya, after that, yeah, he served more and more. Then he washed his hands and he gave him spices. And he fell at his feet, my lord, please excuse us. I have called you my home only to make you offended. Lord Chaitanya said, don't worry. I am not offended. It's forgiven. Hare Krishna. Devotee means he forgives before the offense is completed. Even before the offense is completed, devotee forgives. So, so what is that? Even Haridas Thakur, when he was beaten in 22 marketplaces, what is Haridas Thakur's statement? Why he was beaten up? You know, Ami Bhagwanera Ninda Sunichi. I heard so much of blasphemy of Krishna. That's why I paid this price. So anyway, so what happened? Lord Chaitanya said, don't worry, no, he's a child, forget him. Lord Chaitanya forgave and left. But what happened? Because of this offense, Amoga fell sick. He contracted cholera. He contracted cholera and there was no medicine those days. Cholera means vomitings and evacuation. Actually, in my childhood also people would die of cholera. Now cholera is a medicine. But so, what is that? So when Sarvabhattacharya has said, heard this, Sarvabhattacharya heard this, actually, no, what is that? When we offend great souls, Immediately, karma takes into effect. When Duryodhan was arrested by Chitrasena, the Gandharva, Bhima said, wow, what we are supposed to do by bringing amassing all these armies to attack Duryodhan, it was done by Chitraratha. Chitrasena, I'm sorry. Good. That is what we should do, but he did it. Chitrasena did it. Gandharva. He arrested Duryodhana. Likewise, uh, uh, Sarvam Bhattacharya said, yeah, he deserves it. So Bhagavatam says, when somebody mistreats a pure soul, Mahabhagavat devotee, what happens? His lifespan, opulence, reputation, religion, possessions, good fortune, everything is destroyed. When you offend a pure devotee, what happens? A Mahabhagavat devotee, our good fortune, our opulence, our name and fame, our assets, everything will be destroyed. आयुश्रियं यशो धर्मं लोकान् आशीष एव च हान्ति श्रेयांस सर्वाणि पुंसो महद अतिक्रमा. All these things, and Amogha was on the verge of death, having been inflicted by cholera, envy. Ladies and gentlemen, Prabhujis and Matajis, we have envy. We have flag of envy. We have taken birth in this world means envy. It will not go even if we have positions. Temple president, we have, what is that? Temple president, GBC, Guru. This is a deadly enemy. This is a deadly enemy. How to overcome? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Fall at the Krishna's Lord, my Lord, please chant the holy name. Right? So Gopinath Acharya went and told Lord Chaitanya what has happened. My Lord is is on the virtue of death. Lord Chaitanya went to him. Lord Chaitanya went to him and Lord Chaitanya went to him and Lord Chaitanya went to him and Lord Chaitanya. So that is Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya did not even think of offense. Lord Chaitanya forgave him there and there. When he went, he put his hand on the chest of Amoga. And these are the words Lord Chaitanya said. Amoga, the heart of a Brahmana is expected or is said to be pure. Why did you allow this Chandala, this untouchable Chandala of envy to enter into your heart? When the Chandala of envy enters into the heart, that becomes contaminated and it is not a room for Krishna to live. It is not that heart will not become a room for Krishna to live because the chandal of envy has entered into the heart. That's why whenever envy enters into the heart, we should pray. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Can everyone hear? Huh? I put it start. Can I mean, is it visible? Is it visible? Okay, 1 minute, Okay, it's visible also. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm getting a message, something wrong. Okay, that's okay. No, thank you. So, it's visible too, so I'm sorry. So, this enemy is a chandal of the heart. So sad. When envy enters into the heart, we should pray, my Lord, please help me. I don't want to come into the cycle of birth and again. Please remove, oh holy name, please remove. This chandal of envy, I don't want to harbor. I want to harbor pure Krishna, pure Radha Krishna, pure blood Chaitanyas. I want to hold their image. I want to hold pure holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So anyway, the point is, this episode is a lot. When we offend devotees, what is the reason? I'm talking to myself. Envy. Hare Krishna. One time we had a meeting in Prabhupada Palace of Gold 2014. I spoke on this about my predicament. The sadhana, this I've been chanting since, trying to be sincere. We have to get rid of this. You know, we don't need we don't need to go back to Godhead. We don't need liberation, but this envy is removed. This lust is removed, this greed is removed, this anger is removed, pride is removed. We can be happy. Today universities are telling, have pride in yourself. Be envious of God. You'll be happy. You'll be happy. Ah, telling. Parents are telling, go to America, you'll be happy. You'll be happy. Nobody is telling remove envy, you'll not be, you'll be happy. Everyone is telling. You make money, you'll be happy. What is that? Enjoy unlimited sex life, you'll be happy. What is that? You build empire as a money business, you'll be happy. No, right? Hare Krishna. You know, envy. Shishupal. Can you imagine Krishna is the friend of everyone? Suhradam Sarvabhutanam Jnatmamam Santivrichati. Shishupal targeted Krishna. Can you imagine? Everyone said Bhishma should be given Agrapuja, should be offered to Bhishma. Bhishma said, not me, Supreme Lord Krishna, he's the one. And Sahadev said yes, Nakul said, they said the entire Pandavas, everyone watched for it, yes. And then the Vidura said the declared illustrious personalities of the assembly, they said yes. And then Maharaj Yudhishthira kept them, requested Krishna, my lord, please come. And as the puja was about to start, then Shishupal started. One line, he would have told in the beginning, what is that? I know I have a question. I disagree with this. He should have contradicted. No, he didn't. Why? Shishupal doesn't want, for some reason, everyone says Krishna, all right. 30% of people are telling Krishna should not be given Agru Puja, then Krishna cannot. That is not Shishupal's point. Krishna should be humiliated. How envy. Krishna should be humiliated. So he didn't speak until the puja started. As soon as puja was about to commence, he started. Wow. You know, when somebody gives Krishna, when Krishna gives somebody, my Lord, what do you know? You don't know anything. You should give it to me, not to them. Envy. Hare Krishna. Spirituality is not about wearing saffron or some other color. Spirituality is about working on getting rid of this envy. I'm talking about my envy. But then, if am I sincere, what does Maya do? Maya shows you're not a pure devotee, Prabhu, you have envy. Correct. Whole world should revolve around me only. Other person thinks whole world should revolve around me only. Wow. What is envy? You're only this much, but we show this much. It is actually hypocrisy, which is a result of envy. Arivo. Does it go easily? Huh? How many of you know charcoal? Start cleaning it with milk. Charcoal is a charcoal. It remains black only. Because of the so many lifetimes of enjoyment, billions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions. And in this lifetime also 20, 30 years. Even after becoming a devotee also, we still want to enjoy. But no, I should get liberation this lifetime only. I should go back to Golokvrindavan this lifetime only. What do you want to become? Maybe a good friend of Krishna. With Subal. Maybe Gopi and Radharani. Thank God. They are happy with that. They know little philosophy. Right? Envy. Huh? So Lord Chaitanya said, why did, oh Amoga, why did you allow this chandala of envy to enter into your heart? Originally, heart should be is a place for Krishna to live. Govinda Vishram. Why are you harboring this? And what is the beauty? Lord Chaitanya put his hand on the chest of Amoga and he said, rise. Wow. And that, Lord Chaitanya, like Ram, wherever he would put his feet, he transferred Ahalya. Wherever Lord Chaitanya would glance, what would happen? What would happen? They will attain love of God. How many of you will worship Lord Chaitanya now? The foremost of envy, foremost envious devotee, personality. Lord Chaitanya gave love of God. If he had not done this, Amoka, this whole episode would not have been there. The way we acknowledge, we worship Nityananda Prabhu, though Madai was beating him to death, Madai pleaded to Lord Chaitanya. Nityananda Prabhu pleaded for mercy to Madai. He pleaded Lord Chaitanya for mercy. Lord Chaitanya gave it. So likewise, though Amoga was blasphemous, Lord Chaitanya gave him love of God. Show me one incarnation. Krishna cut off the head of a Shishpa. And one more story. What is his name? Pondraka Vasudev. Envy. Everyone told Pondraka, you are Krishna. The chakra and all, he is holding. Tell him to give it up and give it to you. Pondraka started believing it. So he told his friends, he's a king of, Pondraka was a king, you know. So he started making a very, I don't think plastic was there those days. It is the cardboard chakra, cardboard lotus. And he also attached two more hands. But Krishna has only two hands, so he's happy with two hands only. Pondraka said, Krishna, send me your Sudarshan Chakra, give it to me back. Otherwise, I am original Vasudev. You are duplicate. I'll cut off your head. Krishna sent the message. Please come and take it. I'll give it to you. So Pondraka went to take the disc. But his friend said, no, don't underestimate Krishna. So Pondraka came to the battlefield with the lotus and all conch. So disc is missing actually. Krishna said, all right, take the disc, and immediately Krishna released disc. What happened? Let's cut off the head of a Pondraka. But Lord Chaitanya, what is he doing? He's putting the, of course, Krishna came as Kshatriya, of course, He came to reduce the burden. And Nityananda Prabhu asked, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, my Lord, in this world, everyone is Jagai Mata. If you kill these guys, you have to kill everyone. Remove their sinful, kill their qualities, not them. Lord Chaitanya said, all right. He took their sins and Lord Chaitanya gave Krishna Prema. Likewise, what is Lord Chaitanya doing? Lord Chaitanya put his hand on his chest and Amoka was cured in 1 second. And Lamoga tears started flowing from his eyes. And his body was shivering, horripilation hairs were standing on. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Lord Amoga in one shot joined the camp of devotees of Lord Chaitanya, became a pure Mahabhagavad devotee. Haribol! Amazing. That is Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya told Sarvam Bhattacharya, Sarvam Bhattacharya, Amoga is he's your son. He is your son. And he is your son. Should forgive him. When children do wrong things, parents should forgive them, but you should not push them away. And after all, Amuga is a changed personality now. And Amuga fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya. My Lord, what a rascal I am. But what a magnanimous personality you are. Amazing. Please forgive me. So Lord Chaitanya said, don't worry. But don't harbor this envy again. Chant Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Gopinath Acharya told Lord Chaitanya, they are Sarvam Bhattacharya and wife fasting to death. Lord Chaitanya said, no, don't do that. Break your fast and go and take darshan of Jagannath. And Lord Chaitanya told Sarvam Bhattacharya, Gopinath Acharya, you make sure they eat prasad and break the fast. And Lord Chaitanya went to Lord Chaitanya went to take darshan of Jagannath. So this pastime, so many stories. If you're a devotee, your family members get the mercy, and no matter what they do, they'll be forgiven. Right? That's how we should have connection with devotees. Sometimes we try to connect to the gurus. What do we do? Try to make friendships with brahmacharis. Or good, nice, see, nice devotee. Who is nice devotee? Make friendship with them. Because when they go back to Godhead, they'll think of us, we'll go back to Godhead. Very important. And of course, we should also serve the Guru nicely. Hopefully, Guru will deliver us. You understand? So, anybody who hears this story with faith, they will attain Lord Chaitanya's mercy, Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet very soon. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami offers a falashruti. This story is very amazing, Amoga story. You know. Anyway, what I want to, I want to end it here today, and we will continue next week tomorrow. Also, we will continue next week. We'll meet next Wednesday. And if I've spoken anything wrong, excuse me, but please pray that this chandal of envy, from that be removed from my heart. I'm falling at all of your lotus feet. I request your blessings. I'll also, if you allow, I'll also pray for all of you for the same. You know, you know. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Nataya Pati Pawan Gaurari ki jai, Radha Gopijanola Bhagavan ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Bol. Srila Prabhupada. I'm ending now.